Alright, so we've got our edges trimmed up. I'm going to be doing some edge sanding just to get everything perfectly level. This is how I like to do it. The rotary tool, the Dremel boy. But there's also another way to do it that's probably actually more accurate and easier. Just takes longer. I'll show you that now. Where is it? What you do is get like some really, this is like 180 grit sandpaper, and what you do is put it down, you know, straight and just back and forth. You can get really, really nice straight edges like this. It's pretty crisp. So now more edge beveling. And we'll probably do some more edge beveling after we stitch, but I like to do this both times just because I don't like feeling the little, you can kind of see how it mushrooms over there, like that little area. I don't like how it feels when I'm stitching it. All right, now we're going to mark our stitch lines. This is a wing divider. Sorry, I forgot what it's called there for a second. And I like to usually have these at about 3 or 4 millimeters. 3.5 to 4. I check it every once in a while because they will move on you. Okay. Basically what I'll do is I put one part up here and one part on the edge, as you can see. Maybe you can't. And I'll just bring it down the edge. All right, you can see we have straight lines all the way around the edges. And then in the next video, I'll show you how to poke the holes. All right, so it's the next day, and as promised, I want to show you how to poke the holes for sewing. Now, there's a lot that goes into it, what kind of hole punching we're talking about. So I have 3 different types of, we call them stitching chisels. Excuse me. All right. Okay, first of all, this is a 2 millimeter. This is a 5 millimeter. These are both 6-tooth And you can see that the spacing between these is a lot less than these. These are diamond chisels, which I'll show you what that all means. So this is the 5mm. So that's what that'll look like. I'll stitch through that. I'll show you the 2mm. This is the 2mm. Then I'll show you the Frenchy boy. This is a whole different shape. This is more fancy. So what you'll see in, you know, more fancy pieces of leather work. Let's see, this is like just little slants. So I have to figure out which one would be better for this. Now, something we have to consider is the fact that I have 3 layers of leather here. This red part is 4 ounce. So ounces is a way that we measure the thickness of leather. At this point in my career, I can pretty much tell you what ounces things are by looking and feeling them, basically. So this is 4 ounce. Each of these pieces is 2.5 to 3 ounce. So you're looking at about 10 ounces worth of leather, which is about the thickness of a good belt. So this will go through it. I think all of these should go through it pretty well. But I think I'm gonna go with the French one, just because I feel like being fancy. And yeah. So basically, what you want to do is anytime there's a pocket, you don't want to split that little edge off of that. You want to definitely hang one tooth over the edge. And yeah. This lighting's weird. Yeah, so as you can see, one tooth is hung off the edge. That gives enough space for this next one to be far enough back off of this edge to where it doesn't split it. And then it gives me a good starting point from here. Also, having that thread wrapped over the top of this is just going to give it extra strength. I usually start with where the pockets are. I'll do that on... Can't really do it on this side, but I can do my best estimate. Let me move my light here. This is annoying. There we go. All right. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll plot it out first, make little marks first. Just keep going down, making the marks. This is bent. I don't know what happened. Well, looks like I'm going to be using these then. I need new French. That's okay. These are easier to sew and all that stuff. So, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through and plot out my course, as it were. Sometimes you get right on the money. Sometimes you... Let's see right here. I need to be right on this corner, but we're a little off. But I can kind of push up on a little bit, and we'll get where we need to be, and no one will ever really notice. Nobody's going to take out a micrometer to your stitching, you know. So yeah, that's one way to do it. I'll mark it out, make sure it's all going to work properly, and then I'll go get to punching. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to go for it because I'm pretty confident about this stuff. one thing you want to do is make sure you're very straight up and down, because if you're this way or this way, if you punch this one this way and punch this one this way, the holes in the back are going to be really uneven, and it's just not going to look good. So here we go. Sometimes these bad boys want to get stuck, especially whenever you're piercing through 10 layers of leather, but you have to rock it back and forth and be gentle and talk to it dirty a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to do that the whole way around, and then we'll be back with how to stitch it. All right, we have punched the holes, as you can see, all around. Come through the other side. Now we have to pick our thread color. I've narrowed it down to 3, actually 4. We have black. Okay, that's black. And then we have red, which I kind of feel like is a little on the nose, if you know what I mean. And then we have bright white. I think not. And then we have this cream color, which I'm kind of leaning towards. Okay, so I think not the red. Cream or black? What do you think? I think I'm going to do the cream. I feel like when you have a bright color like red, you already have enough contrast going on there with the natural leather color, and you know, white is too bright, the black is too much other contrast. So I think this kind of subdued cream color is going to go just right, you know? I'm not a fashion designer or anything, but I've watched some YouTube videos. So one thing to know whenever you're going to sew something up is there's all kinds of different calculations you can do, but one thing that always works for me is you want 4 times the amount. You want to basically measure around your project. So, okay, so this length right here, can't get it on the screen, but this length that I have between my fingers, that's 1 time around. Now we're going to need basically 4 times that amount, so I'll take it, fold it, so get to the end, take that in, fold it around. That's 3 times, and then I'll do it one more time. I will probably have a lot more left over, but it's better than having not enough. Where are my scissors? Who needs scissors? Okay. So, now I'll show you how to thread up this thread and show you how to do saddle stitching. That'll be next.